Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. We're getting ready to make some rice pudding. Now, rice pudding is one of my absolute favorite things. I can make it in the morning and eat the whole thing before supper time, just nothing else all day but rice pudding. And I'm going to tell you the reason I like it so much. First of all, it tastes really good. And secondly, it just, for some reason, it gives me a lot of energy. So if I'm cleaning house and I've got some rice pudding in the refrigerator and I eat a little bowl, I can go for a couple of hours non-stop, eat a little more, a couple more hours, and just work all day long. Physical stuff I'm talking about. So I have kind of perfected my rice pudding to exactly like I like it. And there are some options on the recipe. I'm going to use pineapple today. Now, this is pineapple that we got at the farmer's market, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. And it comes in a box of 6, and they were real pretty. And so got them home and, of course, cut them up, peeled them, cut them up, and put them in freezer bags and froze them. Now, that's what I'm going to put in the rice pudding. This is 1 cup of previously frozen pineapple, and I cut it into little bitty sections. But in this recipe, you can use whatever you want to. You could use a can of a fruit cocktail, just drain it and put the fruit in the rice pudding. You could just cut up apples. You can put nuts in it, and of course the traditional thing to do is put raisins in it, and I like that too. And you can just mix stuff all up, like apples, raisins, nuts, put that in there, whatever you want to do. It's just delicious, okay? All right, let's get started then. The first thing you want to do is set your oven to 325 degrees and butter a casserole. Now, I have very generously buttered this little casserole dish, and I'm hoping this will hold all that I'm going to make. I think my camera's on zoom, so let me back it up. There you go. There it is. A well-buttered casserole dish. And you'll need 3 cups of cooked rice. Now, we had rice at lunch, and I deliberately cooked a lot more than we would eat because I was planning to make rice pudding. Then you'll need 1½ cups of whole milk, a couple of tablespoons of melted butter, 3 whole eggs, vanilla extract, and you will definitely need ground nutmeg, or if you kind of grind your own, it takes about 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and of course some salt. All right, we're ready. Now, you don't have to have a mixer or anything for this. You can just use a whisk. And what I like to do is put my eggs in first, then my sugar. And that sugar will help, get those eggs beat up really well. So I'm just going to... Now, you could use an electric mixer, but there's really no need to do that. All right, next I'm going to put in my 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Whisk that all around. Next, I'm going to put in my nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon. Now, I just go ahead and use a heaping 1/4 teaspoon. See? Got it kind of heaping because I love nutmeg. A full teaspoon of vanilla extract. And about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That should do it. And then just mix that all up. All right, now I'm going to pour in the milk, starting with just 1/2 cup. then the full 2 cups. Now, sometimes it's a good idea to put that nutmeg in with your sugar before you put it in, kind of mix it up, because otherwise you get little itty bitty lumps in there, but you know, it doesn't make that much difference. So just mix this up thoroughly. I've got to tell you another little story. In case my sister watches this, I'm going to have to show my face. Okay. A few years ago, I got this idea, why don't we build our own little solar oven? So I kind of drew it out on paper, and me and my husband built it one Saturday afternoon. Now, it cost us a lot more to build it. I mean, I could have bought one for what it cost to build it. We built it out of some wood, plywood, and of course we had to have it insulated. And then I had to get that shiny paper, I can't remember what you call that, Mylar, that's what it is. It's shiny on both sides, so I had to order a whole roll of it. And that's your reflecting material. And anyway, we cooked a whole bunch of stuff in it. It was... The oven is fantastic. I mean, it just cooks stuff in a different way. And of course, you've got to have a sunshiny day. And, you know, the months in South Carolina when you can look forward to a clear, sunny day would be probably in October and the month of May. Then in the summertime, you have a lot of haze. So anyway, to make a long story short, we cooked all kinds of things, and everything we fixed in there, from baking a chicken, we even fixed pork in there, and I fixed baked beans, and one day I fixed rice pudding. I can't even begin to tell you how good it was. I mean, I love it anyway, but it was the best rice pudding I ever fixed. And I'm not sure why, other than the Sun's rays, those rays aren't as harsh a heat as like when you put something in the oven or cook it on the stove. Alright, I digress, okay. But needless to say, rice pudding is probably, if not my most favorite, real close to being my most favorite thing to eat. Alright, we've got that pretty well mixed up now. And now I'm going to put the rice, combine it into this mixture. And this is 3 cups of cooked rice, and this happens to be jasmine rice, which is a sticky rice. I don't want to dump it all in at once because it'll splash everywhere if I do that. Alright, that's got it. Get that up too. Alright, now you just want to mix it up. And of course it's going to seem real watery, because it is watery, okay? But after it cooks in the oven, a lot of the liquid will evaporate, and you'll have a wonderful rice pudding. Alright, now I'm going to add in the fresh frozen pineapple. Now you're going to bake this at 325 degrees for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you just need to open your oven and take a spoon and kind of stir everything up, because the rice and probably the fruit will sink to the bottom. Alright, that's all there is to it. See how quick and easy that was to mix up? So you do need to make sure, you know, you have to use cooked rice. And the way I do it is, if I know I want some rice pudding, I will just fix a whole bunch more rice than what I know we're going to eat. Alright, so now I'm going to pour it in here. And there you have it. Now, we're going to bake this again at 325, and I want to emphasize this. After 30 minutes, you want to take a spoon, here's one, and just stir it from the bottom. Just stir it all up, and that way the fruit and the rice will all be mixed perfectly in. And you won't have to worry about it. And again, I just wanted to say, you can use any kind of fruit you want. Traditionally, you would use raisins, but you can use peaches, fruit cocktail, fresh apples chopped up, and put nuts in it, just anything you want. Now, if you don't have frozen pineapple or even fresh pineapple, you can use canned pineapple. Just chop it up into little segments. Just make sure you get the 16-ounce can or 18, I'm not sure what it is, and drain it. All right, we're going to put this in the oven. It's going to be cooking for an hour, and we'll be back. Okay, here's the recipe for the simple rice pudding. And there are the options for the different fruit. You just need 1 cup of something to put in there, or any kind of combination. And there are the directions. And you see that on the side, refrigerate leftovers. This is a custard pudding, so it does need to be refrigerated. Of course, when you first take it out of the oven, we just go ahead and take some out and put some butter or whipped cream on top of it, and we start eating it. And you'll need to bake it at 325 for 1 hour, maybe a little longer. You need to test it before you take it out of the oven. But after about 30 minutes, you'll need to stir it and make sure, the rice hadn't just totally settled to the bottom in the fruit. Just stir it so everything will be distributed, and then cook it for another 30 minutes. Okay, there you have it. Simple rice pudding. We'll be back when this gets done, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, back in a minute. All right, this rice pudding has been cooking for 30 minutes. Now I'm just going to stir it. It's kind of hard to stir it and hold the camera too, plus the oven's hot. I'm just going to stir it up. Make sure that the rice doesn't just go all the way to the bottom. Whoops, burned my hand. All right, now I'm just going to smooth it out a little bit. And it's going to go back in the oven with the door shut for 30 more minutes, and then we'll be back. Let me smooth that out a little bit more. All right, we'll be back. All right, the rice pudding has cooked for an hour, and it's all ready. Now, if you don't, it might be a little runny if you dip it out when it's this hot, but I really don't care. So I'm going to go ahead and dip us out some. Big bowl of it, because this is actually going to be our supper tonight. Then we want a big glob of butter on it. There you go. Can't wait. All right, we will see you next time, and I hope you'll try this. For some reason, I just get a lot of energy from eating rice pudding, and I've been known to eat it for breakfast, lunch, and supper, whatever. I don't cook it that often, but when I do, we eat all of it. Within 2 days, it's all gone. All right, we'll see you next time.